Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
All right, welcome to Rockin' a Hard Place, the podcast on the Busy Bee Living channel. Today is our episode 1. We got Jay here, my co-host. I am Greg, obviously. You've seen me mess up enough on this channel, so we are actually here. Our podcast is for you guys, you DIYers who come to the channel who are trying to fix something in a house, build something yourself, and we're wondering, is this something worth tackling ourselves, or should we hire, the professional?
Absolutely.
Let's face it. We've all been there. We've been halfway through a project, and we realized we should have just paid for somebody. So this channel is going to go in that direction. We are actually excited to bring on some new guests in the professional world to talk about different specific problems that we come, whether it's electrical, plumbing, concrete, and whether we should tackle it ourselves or is it time to hire a professional. That being said, we are going to talk about tools. Obviously, if we're going to tackle projects ourselves, we need tools to do it. And I will admit, as you can see right here in the background, I have a fest tool. Yes, I was a tool snob at some point, and my eyes got opened because of a tool that my wife requested. You know those Mister fans by Ryobi that throws mist out and stuff? She wanted one of those for the pool.
Those are fantastic.
Oh, game changer on a hot summer day.
Absolutely.
And I was walking through Home Depot. Everyone knows, if you don't know, every time you visit a Home Depot, you need to go to the clearance rack on the back shelves and find the deals. And they had one of these Ryobi Mister fans on the clearance section. I don't know if somebody opened it, decided they didn't want it. I don't know. It works fine. I bought it. But when I did that, I bought batteries. Obviously, you need multiple batteries because you don't want to be sitting out there and all of a sudden the thing dies. And then it had a deal where you got free tools when you bought batteries. And I got in the Ryobi line, and it was a game changer. Not so much in the shop, but around the house, man. Like, I bought a vacuum cleaner by Ryobi. Like, I would never have looked at that.
Which blows your mind because you get stuck in a tool set and you get like dedicated to one line and you don't even realize the advancements and great things they're doing with tools now.
Yeah, what else is out there? What have we been missing?
And there's a lot out there now. So much.
Yeah. And it's funny because I'm wearing a Milwaukee shirt. You got a Milwaukee shirt and hat on. Talk about tool snobs, the Milwaukee guys.
Well, Greg, now you're talking my life.
Right.
I have Milwaukees, but just as many tools that I've had that were junk tools, my Milwaukees have fallen apart on me as well. I've had my drills go down just when I needed them. Yeah. And what Greg and I were speaking of is just the simple screwdriver. The simple screwdriver or the Craftsman were the go-to tool for both our fathers.
Oh, yeah.
And those handles on those were so small that I used to take a towel and I'd wrap it around there just so I could get enough torque on this screwdriver to get something out, maybe a rusted screw. But now, as Greg will tell you, he's got a new set of tools, and you're talking the grip on that thing is in a triangle shape, and literally you can torque that thing probably 5 times more than I could ever do on a Craftsman.
Yes.
And this is a game changer in tools.
Yeah. And you know where I got those tools? Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
Yes. Harbor Freight. The Icon screwdrivers, which is funny, when I went to go get those, they were off the shelf. And I shopped there so much, literally the manager knows me. And he asked if I had everything I needed. And I was like, I got all of it because obviously it was a coupon deal. Because don't shop at Harbor Freight unless you have a coupon. I had a coupon, but he had one that he set aside for himself because they had not had those in for so long, and he was willing to give it to me. And it was awesome. My hand wasn't like the claw. You know what I'm talking about? When you're putting something together for...
Oh, yeah.
What should be, a 20-minute project? When you and I do stuff, that's an 8-hour project. Look, right? Like, so when you're done with it, your hand is the claw, and you just can't... This thing was smooth and everything. That was one of the epiphanies that I had of why haven't I been branching out. We get so, to your point, stuck in a tool line because, I got yellows up there. Yeah, I got the DeWalt's. Because you get a battery, and now you only buy stuff that fits that battery, when there's so many deals out there. When you buy a battery, you get a tool free. So instead of buying the tool, getting the tool. I have DeWalt batteries. I have Milwaukee 18 volt, DeWalt 20 volt. I have Milwaukee 12 volt. I have Ryobi 18 volt now. I have Hercules. I have Bauer. It's time to branch out from the battery line. I understand financially it doesn't seem logical, but when you capture these deals, when you can buy batteries for the same price you would buy a tool, why not? And then your library of tools is just growing.
Well, I think you hit it on the head. For me to go out and buy a new Milwaukee tool, which is near to my heart, but for me to buy a bare tool, I can go to another line and get a battery, a charger, and maybe even a multiple tool set, depending on how that is, just to stay within my line. And I think you and I have spoke before, people get hooked on the color. And basically I have walked in to a tool store, and he just and the salesman comes up and says, "Well, what color are you using?"
Yeah.
And he expects me to just stay within that line, doesn't even give me the options half the time, depending on how good of a salesman they are. The other thing that you mentioned, which is fantastic, is that the other lines are looking to seek your business. And when they look to seek your business, you win, you get the deals. And that's what we're looking for here.
Yeah.
I mean, if a tool works, if a tool is reliable, if the tool is, something that is worth our time and our money, and on a project, and it's a good deal, those three things line up. That's a purchase. It should be your purchase.
Yeah, and especially what we got coming up is, let's face it, Thanksgiving, which we all know leads to the more important day, Black Friday. And
yes.
Black Friday deals.
Yes.
I am telling you, that is when to grab batteries. That is when so many of these deals open up. So do not sleep on it. Start searching now. Obviously, there's websites out there that give you leaks to those things.
Oh, yeah.
Especially like Harbor Freight. If you don't know this guy, I don't know how you found us before you did not find Red from Den of Tools. He's already leaked out the Black Friday deals from Harbor Freight, and there's some great ones out there. But if you missed him, you already missed earlier, they had 35% off batteries and chargers for the Hercules line and the Bauer's line. Well, I know for a fact it was the Bauer line. It might not have been the Hercules, but I'm pretty sure it was all their battery line. And that opened up the realm. And why I bring that up is my comparison to the Bauer line and the Ryobi line. Ryobi opened me up to these tools where DeWalt does it a little bit, right? Like I have landscaping tools that fit my DeWalt line and can do other things. Ryobi took that to the next level. Like I said, with the vacuum cleaner, I have a scrub brush that I use to clean the bathrooms and the shower. Game changer. The Bauer line to me is like Harbor Freight's version of the Ryobi. They have mechanic tools, they have woodworking tools, they have landscaping tools, They have the vacs, like the shop vacs and stuff like that, and it's just constantly growing. Like this line is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Now they do have the Hercules, which is a step above
Sure.
the Bauer line, and that has been more gravitated more towards the mechanic side
Okay.
or the woodworking side. They miss kind of that
Middle ground.
niche products that they do. I mean, they have like a fan. They don't have a mister,
Right.
which
Which we both know is a fantastic item.
very important, especially if you have kids in youth sports.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Talk about bougie when the wife walks up on the sideline of soccer on an August day and she sets up her little fan there and she's got a nice little breeze. All game changer. And, you know, happy wife.
Oh, happy life.
Happy
But
life.
also, I think we all can understand that we all have, if we do have our line of special tools, we have to understand that there are always one-off tools that we use occasionally. There's always tools that are specialized. I got buddies. I was just up north this weekend. They're using a mini blower for the fire pit the entire time. These are one-off tools that you do not have to spend the high prices, okay, to have a showpiece in your necklace. Now, if you're that guy, that's fine. Then there's nothing wrong with that, obviously. But don't
We're talking to you Snap-on guys. Yeah, no one. If you're not a pro,
right.
don't.
You're going to get longevity. You're going to get versatility out of these tools. And like Greg says, you're going to get that Mr. fan that's going to have that little added option that none of the other ones are willing to put forth because, the other companies are trying to get your business. And I can tell you one thing, when you find the right tool for the right, job, it's never a wrong fit and it's never a wrong buy. And we can't second guess ourselves on that.
Other thing is the warranties. The warranties of these things. I've had to kill it.
Yes.
Like, I killed it. Now I gotta send it in, find somebody who will, no one will take it. I have to send it to the manufacturer. They address it, diagnose it, see if it's something fixable or if it's a replacement.
Yep.
Harbor Freight, I've tried it and it works. You break it, whether you use that screwdriver as, let's face it, a pry bar, which we've all done. A screwdriver is multi-tool. It's a chisel, pry bar, and anything but a screwdriver most of the time. Right? Is it exactly like that thing is my utility tool.
I applaud the use of the tool as much as I applaud the fact that they're going to return that tool.
Walk right in, place it down. I broke this. Lifetime warranties on not only the Icon, but a lot of the Quinn stuff. Even the Pittsburgh, which is the really low end, just entering, say, like, when my kid wants to do something, these are going to be your tools. And when you prove that you're really interested in this, then we'll invest more. A lot of those have the lifetime warranty on it too.
Yeah, I actually love the fact that you're bringing up some of the kid uses of the tool. I've had projects where I don't want to use my good tools.
No.
I'll dirty them up. I'll get cement on them. They'll be dropping off my roof. There's a time and a place where I can buy 3 tools for the price of my 1.
Yeah.
And as I stated once before, it's just nice to know, just like a nice fine end table, I don't mind scratching it. I don't mind tearing it apart. And if I can go back to somebody who's going to back up that product and I don't have to do much work to get that thing fixed, because I've been in your position where I've had a tool, it's been so difficult for me to get this thing sent out or time-wise that I would have rather just run out and buy a new tool than try and fix one of these, sending it away, talking to a rep, figuring out what's happening with my tool, where, there's a price point that you need to figure out as a tool owner. Some of these, I wouldn't say throwaway tools, but ones that you can use for your everyday use and maybe the sloppy job that comes along.
The biggest surprise, though, is these tools are performing.
Well, that's what I mean. You are vested in these because you bought in a lot more
Yes.
than I have, and I can tell you, Greg has touted these tools. He loves them. They're working for him. He's taken them back, but these are hitting the same quality level,
Yeah.
and the pricing is right on point.
Yeah, and if it doesn't exactly hit the quality level, like, I'm not gonna lie, the Festool chop saw.
Well,
hand,
I understand, but this thing we should be bowing down to. but
this is probably 5 times the price of the Harbor Freight one.
Correct.
And I had the people on the channel know, if they watch the videos, they've seen there used to be a Pittsburgh one here, and the only reason I bought that thing was I was on a job. My current chop saw died. I just sent a guy with a coupon. I was like, here, this thing, honestly, it was a 12-inch sliding miter saw,
right,
for $120. I was like, go buy this. We'll use it. We'll finish this job and get out of here, get paid. And then, I just gave it up last year. So you're talking over 10 years that thing lasted in the shop.
Right.
Which was supposed to be to save me on one job, and that thing lasted. Now, there's hit and misses, obviously, in every tool brand.
Yes.
There is a hit and miss,
Yes.
or you just get a lucky dude. Like,
Right.
It is what it is. But there are those hidden gems, and even if it's not to the same quality, how many times can I repurchase that same product before it adds up to something like that? Like,
Right.
it's, and time is money. There's Harbor Freights everywhere, right?
And I do not. And again, I think we both don't want to cloud this. If you are a professional, if you are in the highest quality wood building or woodworking, if
Or
you are
mechanic
or a mechanic, and you insist on the top of the line, you insist on a certain tool being, as we have here, just at the finest level, that's where you should stay. That is that they are out there, and we both have those products. What we're putting out here is most people do not need this level of saw. Most people are looking for a cheaper option, and what we're saying is those options are not only out there at Harbor Freight, which is one, but there are options that make their lives easier and cheaper. And this is something that we, as again, what we call as the tool snobs, need to step back and realize.
Yeah.
I mean, when both our fathers were going, Craftsman was both affordable, but it was everywhere. So were Sears.
Yeah.
But they're no longer there, and the options are endless.
And I think that's where Harbor Freight has realized their niche and their realm in this new marketplace. They are the new Sears. They make good quality stuff. Neither of us are doing this at a professional level, right? We're not working on. We don't have a bay of 5 cars on lifts that we're jumping to, but when we need to work on our car, we have the tools to do it.
Yep.
And we can get it done and save ourselves money. We didn't overpay. Because how many times have you done a project and you thought you were going to save money and you ended up wasting all that savings in a new tool? I justify to the wife, every tool I purchase will save money in the long run. I've switched it. When she tells me how much she saved because she had a sale.
Well, you're not alone there. Every man,
yes, I say
or
this
woman
because
has
this tool
done that.
will come in handy in the
Absolutely.
future.
I've started projects.
Oh yeah.
Because I bought the tool.
Yeah.
and that would be my justification. Well, if I can do it here, I can certainly.
Well, we kind of have to find.
Do the next honeydew list. Yeah.
We have to find a project to justify our tool purchases.
Yep.
That's where we're at. But the tool prices, why do we gravitate to the colors? It is, I can't believe it took me this long to get away from the big yellow or the big red and finally get into reasonable tools, reasonable prices, great customer service. I mean, you've been with me at Harbor Freight. Like, they're happy to be there. How many times you go to Home Depot? Sorry to call out Home Depot, but that's where I go. I don't go to Lowe's. Home Depots are closer to me. And you try to find help. I get people coming up to me. If I'm in my work stuff, I'll have people coming up to me asking for advice and help and stuff.
Love that analogy, and I've had that exact same thing happen to me.
Yeah.
I've actually had salespeople who have found out that I do not want to buy one of the top of the line, and they have simply looked at me and said they don't want to help me anymore. Because I'm just not simply purchasing what they believe is the right one for the job. I think once you get your hands dirty enough and enough tools, you kind of know what you need to buy and what you need to have for that particular job. The other thing that I found out was that allows me to put money into different things. If I'm building a wood project, I hate to tell you, but wood's not the cheapest thing out there anymore, and I can spend a lot on the nicer product, and then the means to put that product together can be reasonable, and I can have a finished product all in all at a very, well priced out, project in the end. Because I'm telling you, my tools, if I just continue to buy tools for every single product, I'll outprice myself. I won't get to the things that I need to finish up. So I think this is, and the best thing about this is this is for the journeyman who's been doing this for years with tools, and the beginner.
Yeah. And
again, I think people who have done enough projects in the house, journeymen who have done work on the woodworking side. Me, I've done a lot of electronic things, and I think we need to teach our people down the line, our sons, our daughters, people who are asking questions, person in the Home Depot store comes up to you to ask, give them the economical and full range of what they can buy, especially in tools, instead of sending them right to, the top of the line tool. I mean, that may eventually wear on their funds as much as they do yours, and I think everybody needs to be very economical as we go further in this stage, because nobody knows when you've mirrored into somebody or your kids, you just don't know what kind of level of funds they have.
Yeah, do they have, is this a throwaway money project, like
right.
Budgets
right
not even in mind, or is this, hey, I'm here because I got a quote from a contractor, and man, that thing was way out, and I'm going to try to tackle it myself. So,
well, and that brings up a fantastic point. Okay, you really do need to have the experience to know the level of tool you need, and so if you're coming into a project you've never done, okay, you may want to try a lower line. Okay, just because it may be, that may be all you need. And I mean, for like I said, and we've spoken about this before, the journeyman or the beginner, everybody has their different price range, but experience level is everything. And when you go into Harbor Freight and you see these tools, they do have a tool and a level of purchase for everyone there. And it doesn't have to be within the defaults. Yes, right? Exactly. And you need to know what kind of project you're in for in the first place. But keep your mind open, keep your project open, and like I said, instead of opening up your pocketbook, you open up your planner and figure out what the real tool is you need here.
Yeah.
And like Greg said, the new ones are they're just boasting with new technology.
Yeah.
And
well, even the lower end is starting to sell brushless tools, which we've never seen. A brushless tool jumped at the price how much higher, and now all of a sudden we are seeing the brushless tools in the lower lines, not just the DeWalt's and the Milwaukee's, they are starting to trickle down into the lower lines.
Yep.
And it just, the longevity of the tool. Honestly, the battery probably dies before the tool does at this point because it loses its chargeability.
Yes, I mean, agreed. I mean, you could do a podcast on the brushless motor itself.
Yes.
I mean, they're brilliant, and I mean, even the battery life just keeps jumping all the time. So if you can get a new tool, if you can get into a new tool series and get yourself 3-4 new batteries, I mean, for my Milwaukee's, they're hundreds of dollars when you get into those.
The batteries alone, yes, they are crazy high, right?
So I'm well open to this a new series if it ever worked for me.
Yeah. Well, I've been dragging you along to my Harbor Freight, so I'll get you pulled over. It is a rabbit hole you can go down, though. Obviously, they give coupons like monthly, and that is like my go-to checking.
It's almost like a lost art, the coupon, and I'm glad to see that they're bringing it back. My dad, I would go to Aco Hardware, and we would actually come out of there, and they would actually pay him to take the tools away. Now we weren't going talking big things, but it was the idea that the service and what you got out of that tool was important to the place selling it to you. We've obviously moved well away from that. I mean, it's tough to talk to the manufacturer about any tool that you have at this point. But if you have a place like you're talking about, Harbor Freight, that's willing to bring you in, give you a discount, and then service that tool, that sounds like a winning for everybody. Me, again, the journeyman, the beginner.
Yeah.
That seems like a very, very good place to start.
Whether you're in a home project that you need to get done, or you're on a job site and you need to get, let's face it, you got to get out of there because if you don't get paid. Harbor Freight's right down the store. I don't have to send in. I can get my job done, everything. It's turning into almost that perfect situation for depending on your project. Speaking of depending on the project, I think that rolls into probably what will be one of our next episodes coming up here. We are glad to bring you this podcast. We hope you guys are enjoying the content and it is something that's useful and kind of opens up your eyes to different things. But that being said, both of us used to be kind of in that outside trades world. You know, whether you were dealing with projects and managing properties, stuff like that, or myself who was a grunt, you know, the demo guy who got paid, you know, pennies on the dollar to, you know, smash a wall. We're luckily have a few people who we consider friends, but they're going to come on the podcast. They are going to talk about specific projects that we have around the house, whether it's a leaky faucet in the plumbing, electrical work, even we got a concrete guy, and we're going to sit down, we're going to talk with them and walk through things that we should go out and buy that tool to tackle the project ourselves, or other things that are like, hey, keep your hands off this, pay a professional, get it done right, don't even try to tackle it.
Exactly. I mean, there's going to be times where our information is going to be enough for you to get that project done, but we want to put you to a point of, hey, I can get this done. This is enough knowledge that I can get that take care of this. Or and you know, if you don't hear enough from us, you know, that's when maybe you take it to a professional level. And we feel that that's just invaluable information that we'd be able to, from our experience, okay, and the people that we're going to bring on here will be able to give to you. And we look forward to hearing all your comments. So, Greg, take that over.
Anything if we haven't covered, or what would be great for this episode, I think, is go on and share tools that you found in the lower lines that were game changers.
There you go.
That we should never ignore.
Correct.
Just things out there that we didn't know existed, and my goodness, does it make something simpler or the wife's happier.
Yeah. I'll go with that.
Yeah, I'll start right now. The Ryobi Mr. Fan. Yeah. If you have a pool, buy it. get a 5-gallon bucket. Your wife will be super happy. So
I'll even throw one out there: power washers.
oh
Okay,
yeah.
I mean that they've just gone into the brushless, and that's been out there for a while. But those, and now you can find them in all levels. You can find electric power washers, know what kind of psi you need. But there are the most expensive power washers to the lower ones, depending on what you need. Guess what? All the gaskets go, the seals go,
Yes.
and that is a guarantee. I have a friend who's in the power washer business, and first thing he says is, "Don't buy one." But the point is, if he says use me, because you don't have to store it, you don't have to change the seals, the motors don't run out, but again, the brushless is helping with that a lot. But the same price, I think what really that journeyman who's in that is telling you is, if you're going to spend as little as you can, because that machine may go down anyway.
Yeah.
So there is, like I said, there is that trade-off, and if you're not a journeyman in it, some of this lower end but very, very durable machines that are constantly getting better are a way to go.
Yeah. Agree. So that will probably wrap up this episode of Caught Between a Rock and a Hard Place, because we all know the projects we're in, both of those situations pop up every time. Until next time, we thank you for buzzing by, and you all take care.
Take care.